Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early to mid August 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Virgo collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for these beautiful Virgos in early to mid August? We're getting very close to their birthday season. What energies, messages, insights can we take a peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Virgo. Please, let's get this card out. What's the vibe? What's the energy for my good friends? There we go. Nice and quick. Okay. So this is an interesting one. Okay. So we are all mad here. Now, this to me doesn't necessarily mean people are going buck wild. Okay. I mean, for some of you, that might be the case. Like everyone's like, oh, what's gotten into them? It's like a vibe that could be that. It could also be good too. It could represent like uniqueness or shades of uniqueness. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check it out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk about this card. I don't know why it's making me almost giggle for some reason. We're all mad here. Now, again, I don't always go strict literal with the meanings, especially with the oracles. I do go more intuitive. But if you know about Alice in Wonderland, you know, usually like with the Tea Party and they're all kind of going wild, they're a little zany, a little kooky. So for some of you, if we're looking at the challenging aspect, like maybe it's people around you, it's like, what has gotten into you? Or what is happening? What's going on in the world? It's like giving me that kind of vibe, which again, it doesn't have to be bad. For some of you, watch out for feeling too pent up. For some Virgos, if like your energy feels very intense, very pent up and stuff like that, you might need a release before the universe does it for you. It gives me that kind of energy. But aside from that, this card could be very unique. When I see a phrase like this, it's not like, no, everyone's crazy. You can't really count on anyone. It's not giving me that kind of vibe. It's like, no, everyone has their own unique pieces, whether it's their personality, whether it's their talent. So maybe it's about appreciating the uniqueness you have, okay? Especially if you're in a place where you're doubting that. So there's something here about a unique situation or unique traits, which could be cool, but we're just going to let it chill over there. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you three tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Let's shuffle it up one time here for Virgo. Please, what's going on? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled An Explosive Wind. So yeah, there was a lot of fire energy, fire air combo. Makes sense. Like with this energy, it feels a little volatile itself. But to me, it felt like for a lot of Virgos, something could either intensify really quickly or something could go your way, like 0 to 100. It didn't feel like a bad explosive energy. I mean, I guess mileage may vary depending on your situation. And that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks, but we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. Three cards for Virgo to start us off. Let's get it going. Early to mid August. Thank you. Huh. Okay. Not as lighthearted as I've been feeling. I was really expecting a lot of lighthearted cards, especially with how we started the reading. But we're starting with the Five of Cups. Okay. We'll roll with it. Again, this is only the beginning. There's still a lot of cards to go. These are natural feelings. Let's get a couple more. What do we got for Virgo? The moon. Okay. Yeah, this moon has been showing up for a lot of people this week. You know, the moon is a common card anyway, but it's been showing up way more often this week in particular for a lot of signs. Very shrouded, very shrouded. And the tower. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have been giggling and chuckling with that first card. Maybe I shouldn't have been. Because this energy, I feel like it could go either way. There's just a certain unpredictability to it where I'm like, all right, what is happening here? All water energy as well. There's an intensity to your reading this week, that's for sure. And it kind of ties in with that volatility I saw last week too. But it could turn out good. Um, let's go through this and build this out. I'll give you my classical meanings and archetypes. But at first look, first glance, I already spoke to you about it. Elementally, which is always the first thing I look at because that gives us a lot of hints and cues. All water. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Moon. We have the Tower. Even though that looks like fire and brimstone, that's Scorpio energy. So again, it's all water. Water is the realm of feelings, the internal world, emotions. It could be creativity. It could represent love and romance. There could be very beautiful, soft energies connected to water, but at the same time, it could swing the other way, right? These could be like really intense, heavy energies. So we do want to get as much detail as possible, especially going to the Five of Cups, the Moon, and the Tower. Like there's an energy here that seems to be like suppressed or hidden or shielded for one reason or another. So like I feel like we're gonna have to get our magnifying glasses out and do an investigation. That's how it feels to me. But let's go through this and build it out piece by piece. Position number one, we're starting with the Five of Cups. So you see him, he's chilling, he's dressed all in black, very goth, very emo. And notice that three cups are knocked over, two are still standing. Um, it's called the River of Tears for a reason. Now, something I always like to say with this card and any card that could be a challenge, it's always on a spectrum. This doesn't have to be worst case scenario. This doesn't mean the sky is falling. Maybe some of you are feeling a little glum. Maybe you're just feeling a little bit down. Maybe your energy is a little bit low. This could be anxiety, stress, nerves. It could be depression, broken heart, like you name it. It could be anything in that realm, but there is a silver lining. There is a bright side to the River of Tears. Notice that, yes, the two cups are still standing. There is stuff happening on the horizon. So when I see this, if it is a situation, if it is a problem, it's temporary. It's like, no, this isn't permanent. This is something where it's like, no, there's still stuff to experience. There's still stuff to do. This isn't the end. This isn't like 10 of Swords. Okay. Now we do need to look at that Tower coming up, but the Five of Cups can be difficult, but there is a silver lining. That's something I always want everyone to remember. And yeah, for some of you, it just might be a little down, right? You might just have a couple of gloomy days, a little stuck in a rut type of energy. Now, moving to the middle, we have the Moon, big Pisces energy. That's your zodiacal opposite. Some people also link it to Cancer, which I would definitely agree with. It's their ruling luminary. Now, the thing with this card is that it is very subtle, which we're getting the total opposite coming up next. When I see the Moon, I think of just like soft, barely there type of energy. For some of you, it could represent your intuition. It could represent psychic gifts. It could represent your dreams. So watch your dreams in this time whenever the Moon is here. Your gut could be trying to tell you something. If you are an energetically sensitive individual, when we see the Moon, that could be spirit saying like, all right, Virgo, you're feeling things a little more intense than you normally do. Or you could be extra tuned in and tapped into the energy of other people. That's a big thing with this Moon. But the biggest thing is a card of mystery, right? It's a card of the unexpected, the surprising, the unknown. And I've been getting shades of this specifically in the earth signs, but all across the zodiac this week and the past couple of weeks. Um, Surprises and unexpected energy don't have to be bad all the time, but that is part of the downside of the Moon. Is it could be shrouded, it could be hidden, it could be suppressed. So we do want to try to uncover what the heck's going on here. Now, moving to the back end, total opposite, right? We have the Tower. Now, if you watch any tarot, I'm sure you've seen this a whole bunch of times, and I just want to say once again, every tower is not a bad tower. And just like we saw last week, an explosive wind, towers could represent that too, right? It's just something that shocks you. That's the big thing, because we have the lightning bolt, and yeah, the imagery is concerning. But whenever I see the tower, I just think of something shaking things up, either changing things or shifting things, or like, listen, we need to hit the reset button. We need to change something or shake it up. Now, of course, it can represent endings. It can be a destructive type of energy as well, but we're not going to claim that and call that into being. Maybe some of you, this is a tower moment that's already happened, still grappling with it. But again, this shocking energy can be very good. If you're connected to a Scorpio, this could just be their energy. So it's like we have all the water signs showing up for you, which is very, very emotional. It's karmic, right? So the thing that I think is going to be intriguing to look at is when we go from so shrouded, so hidden, to very intense. There's a big extreme. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Virgo. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. What is happening? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on Mr. Five of Cups. And if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Virgo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, let's get that Five of Cups going. Why is the Five of Cups here for Virgo? Yeah, like digging up the past in one way or another. So we have the world in reverse. Now, it's showing in a couple of different ways for me. The world, believe it or not, has a lot of similarities to the tower, right? This is karmic, it's cyclical, it can represent endings. I always say when it comes to the world, it's not always Ten of Swords ending. Sometimes it could just be a chapter where it's like, no, it was time to turn to a new page of a chapter. But if we're not looking at an ending, which we could be, right? There could be something going on or something you're dealing with where it's almost, I don't want to say it's almost over, but it's like reaching its climax. The world in reverse either talks about something from the past that has already happened, or it could represent something coming back, something like reliving or digging up something that's already been dealt with. So, yeah, sure, it could be a return. Maybe for some of you, it's something you want to return. Maybe for some of you, maybe not. Maybe it's something you'd rather just leave in the past. It could come in any different shape or form. But when I see the world in reverse under the Five of Cups, it's like, I'm still thinking about this, and I'm still affected by this, and I'm still sad about this. Okay, so again, take that for what it's worth. Where again, it could be someone else's energy too. It doesn't necessarily have to be yours. You might be in a good place. Maybe this is someone else's energy, specifically if you're connected to a water sign. But it's like either digging up the past, something returning. It's like taking a trip down memory lane, so to speak. We're reliving something. That's like a very, very particular message for some of you. And yeah, there could be certain chapters that are closing or ending. Let's keep moving. Let's go over to the moon and see if we could pull some silver linings out of this reading for you, Virgo. And again, it's all about your awareness, right? You're a creator being. You, if this doesn't resonate with you, beautiful. You could check your other alignments if you'd like. You can always shift your awareness. That's one thing I always want to say too. Even if this is accurate for you, you can always shift your awareness for a different outcome. Let's see what's going on with the moon, please. Why is the moon here for Virgo? Okay. Just an uneasy feeling. So temperance in reverse under the moon, it's like I feel something in the air, or just something is off, something is not right, something doesn't add up. Now I will say this, good thing. Temperance has the defender Archangel Michael. We also have angelic energy showing up in this card as well. So I want to stress to a lot of Virgos, you do have a lot of spirit around you, spiritual protection, spiritual insulation. So watch for signs and synchronicities of your guides, ancestors, and loved ones saying, you know what, Virgo, I'm here. I got you. I'm with you, which is a really nice thing. But when I see temperance under the moon, especially in reverse, it's like I feel uneasy. It's like I feel something in the air. It's like I'm waiting on the other shoe to drop. It's giving me that kind of vibe. So again, I'm not saying someone's like super wound tight and thinking about it every second of every day, but the moon with this, sure, it could represent unexpected problems. It could represent uh, surprising problems, stuff like that's the main thing I'm feeling, especially as we move to the back. And you probably have like an intuitive heads up about it, or did. That's how it feels to me. It's like I feel it coming. So again, watch out for problems or situations that just come in out of nowhere. But I feel like for a lot of you, you felt it coming, or you will. It's like the universe will give you a heads up. Let's keep moving. We're not gonna stay here and pound that into the pavement. Let's see what's up with the tower. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. So a lot heavier than I thought it would be. Feel bad about laughing about that first card, because now it's like, oh, okay. If I knew the reading was going to go like this, I wouldn't have been chuckling. But let's see what's up with the tower. Then we'll do our recap. So why is the tower here for Virgo? Thank you. Believe it or not, I like it. Believe it or not, I really like it, because this is where the energy does like a shift, a 180. Um, we have the Ace of Cups in the upright underneath the tower. Now, I will say this, with every ending comes a beginning, and that's kind of the cycle we have going here, where it's like the tower, then the Ace of Cups. It's like a new beginning, a new start of some sort, which is beautiful. It's a beautiful type of vibe. But there is this really powerful emotional volatility, which makes sense. And I do see potential chapters closing or endings coming in for some Virgos. So keep that in mind. But I feel when I see the tower and the Ace of Cups, this is actually a good thing, believe it or not, whether it was an ending that needed to happen or whatever the situation that comes in, it's like, no, it's better that it happened. It's like pulling the band-aid off, because moving forward, it's going to help the situation. Um, Giving it some air, putting the light on it. That's just how it feels to me. So again, we do have like shocking problems or unexpected problems that could be showing up, surprising ones, whatever label we want to put on it. We do have endings. But with the Tower and the Ace of Cups in the upright, I think it's actually for the best, believe it or not. Because it's like, okay, that needed to happen. Whatever this is, like, it's better that it happened and it needed to happen for one reason or another. And it will serve you moving forward. That's just how it feels. And sometimes when we're in the midst of things, it's hard for us to see. This is something you might see in retrospect. So if it is something from the past, maybe you're already moving into that awareness. Like, you know what? That needed to happen. Or, you know what? It's better that it did happen that way. So let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card. Yeah, very complex, layered, nuanced reading for you this week. And again, only take what hits, check your other alignments if you need to. But position number one over here, we're starting with Five of Cups, World in Reverse. Taking a little trip down memory lane, watch out for things resurfacing. It's someone that could be a little upset, wanting something to return. That could potentially be it as well. But there could be things that resurface where it's like, oh no, I thought that was healed. Maybe it's not. It's like giving me that kind of vibe. We do see two big indicators, maybe even three, of potential chapters closing and ending. It's like, even if you don't really want it to. But moving to the middle, we have the moon with Michael, the archangel, temperance in reverse, Saggy energy. Now, for some of you, you might feel something in the air where it's like, oh, I feel something. I feel it coming. It's like an uneasy type of energy. But aside from that, to me, yeah, it could be unexpected or surprising problem popping up. It's just like that. Very simple. But I think you will have a heads up, or you did have a heads up from Spirit. Moving to the back end, we have the Tower with the Ace of Cups. So yeah, the ending energy is still here. It's like we're changing over to a new chapter. So again, with this shocking energy or the ending, I feel like it's something that needed to happen. Where in retrospect, and when you look at the big picture, it's something that will actually serve you. So again, take from that what you will, my friends. The Tower actually feels better than the rest of the reading to me. So it could be like realizations and revelations as well. But please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for you, Virgo. What's happening? And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. Put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out. See if we could have any other messages here. What is in the shadows? Oh, nope. Those cards almost came out, but they didn't. Thank you. Seven of Swords. Yeah, that ties in, especially when we have a tower and a moon and all this kind of stuff happening. Now, the Seven of Swords is a card that's very comfortable in the shadows, right? Like, worst case scenario, yeah, it could be a sneaky, secretive, hidden type of energy. I don't want to go full bore worst case scenario, especially with the reading that we already had. I feel like it's very important for a lot of you to trust your instinct in this time. Like, if you feel something in there, you feel something coming, trust yourself, trust that gut feeling. Super important for the Virgos in this time. I don't want to say that this is an untrustworthy person I'm looking at, but the Seven of Swords is a lot of unknowns. And with the spread we had this week for a lot of you, whether it's situations that have surfaced or haven't yet, yeah, there's some unknowns about it. And there might continue to be. But sometimes that is for a reason, that is for a purpose. So knowing that sometimes questions that can't be answered will eventually reveal themselves. So we're just going to leave it at that, my beautiful Virgo friends. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, you'd like to have a little chat with me, you can book a personal reading with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The calendar for August is up, so you could go check out the availability over there. But for the August subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my most favorite decks, the classic Gilded Tarot Royale. It's beautiful, and it's definitely one of my go-to decks. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, we have a very easy question this month. Out of all the tarot cards in the deck, which one is your favorite? Is it the one that attaches to your zodiac sign? Is it one where you just like the art? You can put that answer down in the comments and you will be entered to win, my friends. And as usual, the winners will be announced in the community tab at the end of the month. My friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.